betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, episode 35. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Adam, Ahmed, and Mark. I am unmuting the microphones. They are now hot.
We were always hot, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
How is everyone doing
folks?
after a week? Haven't seen you guys in a bit.
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
I am
Ça va bien,
a
et toi?
little bit drained. I must admit that my
Negative
week
levels?
has been Yeah, I've been level drained. I think about 4 levels.
Been level drained by this WestJet. Oh.
Well, so it might be actually easier to travel to places to work with them than it is to work with them in their time zone, because then the people in your own time zone are like, you can work with me during the daytime. So when people start booking your calendar, and it was like Tuesday and Wednesday, my first meetings were at 8 a.m. My last meetings were at 11 p.m. And I had no more than a 1 hour gap through the whole day for 2 days. And it's just like, oh, this could be better.
Do your job.
How about we don't do this again?
Do your job.
Scheduling gods. Don't let this happen again, please.
Do your job.
Do
Do your job.
Yeah, the paycheck you like? Yeah, you want to keep getting him? Do your job.
That's my boss when I have a safety concern.
Oh, that's awful.
But I don't want to be on fire.
We gave you flame retardant overalls. What are you complaining about?
The flames!
Overalls don't cover this general area. Surely do the straps.
And really, what flame retardant means is they're not synthetic fibers, so they burn away instead of melting to your skin. So flame retardant is not what they are.
It's
non-melty.
It'll burn if you try hard enough. It'll burn if you try hard enough.
It doesn't take much. I've had a few patched already in several spots.
See, that is disconcerting. The whole
Yes, yes, it is.
Mark, so you avoid getting burned? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Still in one piece, buddy?
Yep.
Nothing serious recently.
Okay.
That's being ready. You're both intact.
What are you munching on there?
That's I've recently become a fan of, not necessarily this brand, but kettle corn. Now, while it is better if you go to a fair or craft show, where I first became addicted to this stuff, and it's fresh, even the prepackaged kettle corn, which is both sweet and salty, is quite delicious.
Holy product placement, Patrick.
Right. Please send us your crates of kettle corn to 123 Mark's house.
Brought to you by Orville Redenbacher. It is salty though, so I'm gonna have to wash it down with a nice cool Pepsi.
Oh, that mustache could sell anything. All right. Ahmed, what's going on with your hand there, bud?
Oh, yeah, I fell on it a couple days ago, and
No, wait,
Yeah.
stop. No, stop right there, and we'll allow the stream to get it out of their system because they want to too. They want to do exactly what we did. Go ahead, stream. Go nuts.
Guess what happened?
Maybe 5 minutes, we'll let you know.
A, it involved a skunk. B, it involved a garbage bin. C, it involved something we can't mention on the stream. Go.
By the way, I told my wife about your skunk incident, and you like rushing away from game to go deal with the skunk, and she laughed her ass off.
Dude, I made people like literally have to go to the bathroom to pee at work. Like the skunkening.
It worked.
You're describing it's like I got my buddy. He's from Egypt and he's kind of a city boy, and he has a skunk problem. And then, and it's like, yeah, he got sprayed, and I think he got sprayed twice. It's like, how the hell did he get sprayed twice? Well, he fought
Not
for skunk for
directly.
days.
Not directly. I have a good save. I have a good reflex save. There's no open mouth, not in the eyes. We're good. I didn't have to change
gargling
the couch.
skunk spray.
I'm in green, bitch.
Oh,
Baby,
wrong.
give us a kiss.
Skunk perfume. He's got a skunk with his ass up in the air. Let's go.
Mark, do you ever have the urge to buy some like costume jewelry rings and then throw them into the lava at work?
I could. They would disappear like that. It wouldn't like steel disappears in less than a minute. Like
Got it.
I'm
destroying the one ring.
Would be gone immediately.
You have no idea how fast bodies go.
Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game with the Road of Sorrow gladiators who have named themselves the Circus of Dread. Episode 33, now this is 2 games ago, this is last Friday, was entitled Reflections of Zorbinius. The Circus of Dread travels to the military town of Fallenstone. They stay at the Half Tower Inn and Tap House and meet a motley crew of regulars and demi-humans. The circus challenges the local champion, a Minotaur warrior by the name of Gan Bloodhorn. Mortenzie has a strange encounter in the pit of the Stone Bear. Sam the Giant faces off with Gan. During a celebration, Mortenzie sneaks off to help a strange duo of bounty
There's not
hunters
a mention of the epic
on their
knockout?
job.
Knocked his ass out in one hit.
No, so when you do recaps, you want people to go and watch the episode. So you
but
don't tell them that you tell them the shit that sort of happened, but not the outcomes of the shit. So,
But it was
yeah.
Oh.
These are the liner notes to like the DVD. It's like, well, if I tell them exactly everything that happened, well then am I going to watch the episode?
I spoiled the recap. Oh, it was so good. Oh,
Yeah.
bam,
So
oh.
Mortenzie did lose to Gan Bloodhorn as he was distracted by a strange voice.
Soundly.
And then Sam jumped into the arena and KO'd Gan Bloodhorn. So you've got an angry Minotaur out there. You know he wants rematch.
Boom, shakalaka. I don't know. I think I've met my fight limit. You know, my hands kind of sore. I think we're good.
Well, you guys might have to deal with that. You might have to deal with the repercussions of Mortenzie doing strange jobs for strange people for low amounts of coin.
For like nothing.
And then where we ended off last, sort of like a miniature cliffhanger, I guess, was the army had captured something called a shadowkin
Dun, dun, dun.
that people were afraid of, and that the army wants gladiators to fight. You made some rolls, and you weren't able to determine what exactly they were talking about. You made some assumptions about the shadow plane. And you also, I heard the word drow, so there are a bunch of theories that are floating around as to what is this shadowkin. Nope, there's no supernova. we had in a past campaign a D10,000 wild magic surge table, and I think 10,000 was the nearest star got a supernova. Which is really stupid because, you know, basically that means in a world where there's wild magic there are no stars.
Exploded.
Yep.
I remember that list. It was awesome. Actually, one of our players lost a character because he was wild mage and he rolled on it, and he became a god and therefore an NPC. He's like, that's awesome, but I don't get to play my character anymore. It's like, yeah, too bad. He's a god. He's gone. Bye bye.
Was that Rob?
No, that was Tim.
Oh yeah.
One of his wacky wizards.
Awesome. All right, so you guys are celebrating at the tower. I believe we have focused in on that on map tools. The celebration was going on, and Mortenzie made his way back to the celebration. If there's anything else you guys want to do while there, if not, yeah. Well, what are you guys doing? So you celebrate that evening, and it's in the wee hours of the morning. Those that didn't celebrate very hard could be awake. Those that celebrated hard might still be awake. And it is mostly quiet here. Most of the goodly folk, including the Inquisitor, Barrack Tarn is sleeping. I'm just going to drag them onto the outside if they're sleeping. The merchant isn't there anymore. The baker's probably in the basement. Countess has already gone to bed. Her guard, Sir Paldro, is not in the tap room. Dirk is kind of like napping near the doorway because there are still people here. Radimer is a caster. He has already gone to sleep. Zatha does get time off, so she's not there. Anyone else? Unwin tried to stay up past his bedtime to celebrate, but he's actually sleeping under a table, or sleeping near the fireplace. Latara doesn't sleep because she's undead.
Which map are we on? Sorry, 1 second.
Pit of the Stone Bear. Go off to the left, and you'll see the.
Okay. Function.
Yep. Paul the Human. About half the goblins are probably back down into their sewer-like den. Roger's passed out again. At a table. Eduard is there. So it's the wee hours of the morning. Some of you have... Sam, you've partied pretty hard, but you've got a good metabolism, so... Mortenzie is feeling good. He got paid. He had a strange conversation. The others are just relaxing. Like Ugg's got his chair back, and is got his eyes closed and napping a little bit.
Widget's a caster. He'd be getting the sleeps.
Okay.
Yeah. You gonna finish that?
I think I've had my fill for tonight. The gods of celebration have been kind. Who is going to fight this shadow thing?
I should fight it. Yes, I should fight it. So Binius could be inside it. He could be the shadow.
Actually, I agree with what Mortenzie's saying. Sorry, I agree with what Mortenzie's saying. It does make sense.
Well, you're the one that's making the decision, so you say Mortenzie fights the guy.
I'm not. I don't dictate what happens. I'm advising. As long as you all agree, then I'm more than happy. I think he should be the one doing it because, don't get me wrong, he strikes very, very hard. Very hard. And I think...
What are you saying, I don't strike hard?
I'm...
Not by the numbers, jackass.
I think his weapons would be. I want you to keep. I want to keep you out of the ring because, well, you're already champion.
Say it again.
The mighty cow will want you again.
And yes, I do want to keep you fresh for when the cow comes by.
The sacred cow of Fallenstone.
I do not think that he likes being called a cow.
Minotaur.
I think he likes being punched in the face by Samuel.
True, he probably did not like that too much.
We did, and it was quite
very gentle.
entertaining.
You just get him on the button. Right on the button.
There's a button, you say.
Ugg is laughing at that. He likes scrapping.
I think Mortenzie would have a good shot. I'm worried if you were to wrestle with it. I don't know what its abilities are, but it might injure you more than you can injure it.
I'm not worried.
I know. I'm just worried for you. Also, I think Mortenzie needs to save face in front of all the crowds here.
Yes, now that I've fooled them into thinking I am weak and useless.
I mean, after all,
Master Latimer can bet on me and I can win, and he can win all sorts of monies.
right.
I don't think Master Radamer is very good at betting.
I don't think he's very happy with us either. We should
What do you
really
mean?
watch
We
our back.
lost
should
one
make him a
and we won
cake.
one, so we're even because we lost one and then won one.
No, although I've I think I feel I've been fair in my treating with him. He is our master, but we're all masters. Something's off with him. No, I'm not sure what. I
I
suggest we
prefer
all.
the term champion.
What do
Right.
you mean? You are all masters. We are not all only the
Um,
master is the
Of course.
master.
And
never-
is over there.
Never mind. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then Edward,
Actually, yeah,
Edward
At this
shoots.
table, the only legitimate slave is Mortenzie.
Yeah. So,
Give me a sense motive, Mortenzie. They've openly admitted to something.
That's double check my mark.
Come on, Badman.
he thinks my chair is a god. Yes. Pay attention to
He
him.
no longer thinks your chair is a god.
No, he knows his chair's inside a person.
I rolled a
The
2.
Count of Monte Cristo, a hunchback, Andre the Giant, a gentleman elf, and a hyper-bearded fellow walk into a bar. You are correct, sir. They resemble that statement. 12. All right, give me bluffs for the other guys.
Oh, I can give you a bluff, sure. I'm not good at it, but I will do it. Arlen.
Decent charisma.
Let's see. Edward has a +5 bluff.
Bluff.
He's manages to brush it off, and it seems all right.
I don't have bluff.
Has a charisma bonus of bluff, -1.
Yeah, 22.
He gets a
on my
2.
end. Oof.
Sam?
Sam has a +8.
Okay, I'll roll for you.
He's a rouge. He's a charismatic rogue.
20. So
Okay,
Arlen 22.
Everyone
Sam's
sort of
20.
brushed it off, but you notice Ugg like scratching the back of his head and well, we're sorta, yeah.
All right, Ugg.
And then he looks around and he glances at Mortenzie like he knows something. He was about to say something and then didn't. And then Arlen jumped in and told him basically to shut. All right, Ugg, like mum's the word.
Hoochie Mama.
What is it, Ugg?
So Mortenzie, we're gonna have to
Ask Arlen.
Mortenzie. When the time comes, we'll deal with it. But you have to start thinking about your fight. Well, you don't really think you're just gonna go in and smash it, correct?
Yes, I am.
So this thing is called a shadow creature. What I'm gonna do?
I almost spit my water out my nose. Oh, the honesty.
So,
The sheer glee.
Fox is asking a good question. It's like, I thought you guys were going to scout it out. It's like, yeah, we were, but we also thought about the other way. Who is the person that's actually going to fight? And we put the list together, and it was only going to be Mortenzie. So it was like, all right.
Okay.
Arlen is willing to roll the dice.
There's a
No. We are. I'm speaking for us.
there's a loud crash outside. It sounds like a barrel being broken, and there's bellowing.
Do we have our spells?
Get out here!
Oh, Sam.
I don't know if I'm home.
Dirk, who is the large male warrior that kind of acts like the bouncer of this place, kind of went, huh? Like
Do we have
snapped
our
awake at the
weapons?
noise.
Do we have our weapons with us or not? Or do they at the door?
You have your weapons are stowed. There's like a box next to the door where they're all.
I don't need any weapons. I could use
Holy
some...
cow! Holy cow! Holy cow!
Okay, Dirk is opening the door and having a look outside. Where is he?
Ready for a charge.
Calm
Augur
down, Gan.
Sam.
Calm down, Gan. Where is he? Get out here!
Oh, it's round 2. Oh, ding ding, round 2.
No, Mortenzie beats you to the punch. You're ready for a rematch.
Where's this giant Sam?
Oh.
He's brandishing his great axe. He's got his great axe in his hand. And it looks like he tipped over a cart and threw some barrels around. The barrels are gushing with some sort of like wine or beer onto the street. His handler, the little gnome, Mr. Bilk, is trying to calm him down, but easy there, big fella. Easy.
Angry because you humiliated him by punching him in the face and knocking him out with a single blow, showing how weak and pathetic he is.
Rematch!
In the fight
I demand a rematch. You will face me again, or I'll cut you down where you stand.
Well, I don't know.
You think you'll win in cutting me down where I stand?
Oh, him, right.
Okay, he almost like half charges, but doesn't attack. He's going to try to intimidate. I guess Dirk out of the way.
Dirk, stoogie boogie boogie boogie.
Okay, he runs forward and stops the last minute, stomping his great hooves. Dirk like stumbles backwards, kind of up the steps.
Sam will step in.
Giant, lucky, more like it.
It's not my fault. Your jaw's made out of glass.
Mortenzie runs into the bar. Rematch!
Any weapon. Next match. Any weapon.
Arlen's getting closer.
Okay, Arlen is
Did I use any spells before?
This is the same day as the fight, so you may have used some of your channels to heal Sam. Although I don't know if Sam got injured.
I got hit once.
Okay.
Okay, so
He needs to hit me. He needs like a 19 to hit me, and I think he clipped me. Oh, no, wait a second. Was that Mortenzie?
Oh, no,
I think I got clipped. I think you rolled a 20.
Yeah, we'll say that you used half your channels. Mortenzie and others needed healing. Wait, your channels are pretty potent. You used
channels are 36.
3 channels.
3 channels? Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Any
But if
weapon.
you're using weapons, then I get to use some magic.
Any weapon. Any spell.
Oops.
He looks to Mr. Bill. You set it up with Radimer.
Yes, come along, Gan. It's late, and you're rather drunk.
You could smell the alcohol off of him. The alcohol is almost like a turpentine smell.
It's paint thinner.
Yeah. He wobbles a little bit. You realize that, like, him fighting in this condition would be very bad. Probably for him.
Yeah, well, you show up and it's like there's a whole bunch of gladiators and you get your ass kicked.
I will be champion again.
In my mind, you are still champion. These are not resident gladiators.
He doesn't like the
Technicalities.
yeah, the technicalities. Bill gives you a
Killing.
Tell your master I will return in the morning, without Gan to discuss the match. I also hear
Probably
that.
gonna need a couple of days for him to sleep it off.
Yes, we'll likely need to match to the soldiers' schedules, as always.
he like fiddles with his mustache a little bit because there's a bit of a curl. It sort of springs.
I like your mustache.
Thank you.
That's what he says to Arlen.
Neat
Like
chair
that,
is what.
spells.
Neat
So-
chair, he says.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, there's just this tired-looking goblin that's been in the stockades for days.
What
You notice
is
that some of the other
going-
goblins must feed him because they're like little food dishes and that sort of thing.
All right then. Good luck
Matt
with your.
will ruffle that goblin's hair and go back in.
Arlen's
You tap the top of his pate and you
Arlen's
kinda,
gonna go and talk to him. That goblin.
Mr. Bilk goes chasing after a drunken Gan who's yelling at people who are in his way. Get out of my way!
Oh shit.
Do we know why this goblin's in the?
Nope, he's been there for days. He's been there since you guys arrived. Mortenzie's punched him once. That's pretty much all. It looks like he's slowly recovering from being punched earlier by Mortenzie.
Is the door closed? Or still open?
Dirk closes. He actually leaves one door open, in or out.
Give me a minute. I'll be in.
Okay, he shuts the door, leaves it slightly ajar for you to get back in.
You. Why are you inside? What have you done?
I'm being punished
What for?
for not listening to the master's commands. He blames me for some of the stores being low.
And are you responsible?
I have many responsibilities. I'm out here, I think, as an example to the other goblins.
I see. So you're the one that just got picked out of a crowd.
He thinks I am too smart.
Are you?
Yes, smarter than most of the goblins.
What is your trade? What is your skill?
I am not permitted to perform my... I used to be an apprentice.
Are you here for until you die? Or will you be released?
I am a slave. I
They
used to
didn't
be...
pass judgment on you, or they just put you in here as punishment?
I have changed my masters. I used to serve a locksmith and learned much from him.
I see. I can understand why he would blame you then.
Yes. Anytime anything goes missing, someone is to blame.
He'll prestidigitate him.
Okay. He blinks a little bit. A bunch of dirt comes off of him.
Do you mind? I'm rather parched.
And he kind of glances to a
Yep.
bowl with like some rainwater collected in it. It looks kind of
Yeah,
dirty.
I'll wash it out and fill it with water.
Creating water yourself. Okay, he looks at you again when you're like when you cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
You're a priest
I am a priest.
of the old gods, then.
No. Pray to light. There's darkness everywhere. It has many faces. I pray to light,
Yes.
and it is on this world.
Darkness. My people are no stranger to darkness. It's as if we can sense it.
Tell me, do you sense anything recent? There's a creature they speak of darkness. Have you heard anything about it? Arlen is really reaching here. He's like,
Our people have served a great many masters of darkness. But yes, amongst the goblin kind, they are whispering.
What are they saying about this thing, this creature?
It is not an it. It is a she.
A she.
Yes.
Is they call it a shadow creature? Is this thing?
Yes, she who came before, her shadow once spread across this land, beaten back by the Imperium, but she will come again and release us all.
Okay, Arlen's this guy's on a different level. Right. Is she? You said she's Shadow. What is her name? She one that came before Shadow.
I do not know her name. It is something that is whispered amongst the goblins.
Anything recent? Last few days? 2 days? You've been in here, but I'm sure, looks at the food, you've seen some of your friends?
I have only heard what you have, that they've captured something to the north. Perhaps it is a sign.
Perhaps.
It certainly has the humans very worried.
Arlen smiles a little bit at that and lets him see it.
And that gladdens our hearts, doesn't it?
Light comes from every... Well, it can be surprising. It comes from strange places. There's always something good out of anything.
My people do not speak of the light. They speak of the shadow.
They're one and the same, if you really think about it. If you take away the light, you have the shadow. They work together.
Okay, you've given him something to think about.
My name is Arlen. Arlen the Lightbringer.
I am Grop.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Grop.
My tribe has died out long ago.
As is
Or
mine.
maybe they are still there. Grop does not know. Before Grop's time. Are you a slave?
Yes. Slave with benefits.
I remember being treated much better than this. Grop had a bed, 3 square meals, a safe warm place in the winter, and even some silver coins to spend now and then.
What's the temperature at right now?
You guys are in like southern temperate climb, and it's the beginning of summer, so it's warm.
I kind of have a liking to him.
You're on the coast, though. No, wait. Give me a second. You're not on the coast in this city. I was thinking about Vatapole. So it's warm.
While he's speaking, I'll throw in your elements on him. And do I have any food, like bread or whatever?
No, but well, I guess unless you can conjure it, you can just wheel yourself inside and go get some.
Yeah, I'll get you something to bite down on in a few. I'll put a D8 plus 5 on him.
Okay.
Here.
He seems to have some color return to him. He was looking rather faint.
Yeah. I'll get you something to eat after. I'll see, would you be interested in leaving your master?
He blinks.
Paul is a wretched master. However, there are many goblins here that I call... that I look after. My suffering means that they do not suffer.
I understand. All right. I wish you luck. I will pass by and try to be helpful. But remember me, Arlen the Lightbringer.
Light.
Light and dark are one and the same. One brings the other.
You are a strange priest, is what he says.
You will hear of me soon again. Live long, and you shall see me again.
Okay. He seems to be thinking about what you've put in his head.
Should have made up. All right. Yeah, later on I'll give him some food from the bar.
Okay,
inside.
so yeah, you go and fetch some food and you feed it to him. He thanks you. You take time to like rip up little bites of bread and feed him water, and he appreciates that much more than the cold cock he got from Mortenzie. Stupid goblin.
Racial hatred. It's in the race description. Racial hatred.
Racist.
Racist hatred.
All right. The rest of the night goes by uneventfully. It is early morning. People are starting to pour down into the tap room again. Your master is sitting at a table with some of his servants, and they are chatting with the countess.
Mm.
The smell of baked bread and pies soon permeates this place, and a lot of regulars return, as 3 square meals are likely had in the foreigners' quarter.
How long has it been since I've cast the remove disease on the countess? Like, how long have we been on the road? Because I did that when we first left.
You've cast
started
it
our
multiple
journey.
times. You could say that she's about due in the next day or two.
Okay, so it takes about maybe 4 days or so, 3 or 4 days, something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Mortenzie quietly asks Radimer permission if he may go visit the market today.
He looks at you, he looks down at you, he glances sideways to the table like he doesn't want to look people directly in the eye.
Arlen should organize such things.
Yes, Master Radimir, of course. Mortenzie, leave the master be. He does not care for you.
Did you come to a decision, Arlen? Which one of your gladiators will face this shadow being?
Arlen's making a show so that others can hear it. Master Radima, if it pleases you and if you will it, we believe that Mortenzie would be well suited to the task and in want of redemption, pleasing.
He just waves his hand like make it so kind of thing.
Make it so. Yeah. Of course.
Mortenzie's doing a sense motive on Arlen. Does he? Because Mortenzie's legitimately submissive to the master, but he's making a show of it, whereas last night it was like, whatever.
Right.
27.
Oh crap!
Something's
son.
fishy here, Mortenzie. Let's see.
There's no way I can't beat this. So, 16.
You might 16. Okay, it's like beat by 10.
Yeah, Arlen is doing it because people are watching. He's acting. He's putting on this polite face because people are watching.
He's giving you the stink eye. Mortenzie's giving Arlen the stink eye right now.
And then Radimer is trying to play the... although Radimer's new int item gives him max ranks in bluffs, so Radimer can keep
There
this
you
up
go.
for a while. He rolls a 2 and gets a 20. So you actually notice that Radimer is also playing the same game.
He's like, what's going on?
Don't worry, nobody will believe you because you're fucking crazy.
You're a crazy asshole. They say, the master's the slave and the slave is the master. Yeah.
The lizard people are here. They've taken
Oh
over
my
the
god,
units.
he's in the Mia because he left the chair, so he's in the Mia now.
So,
He might be inside me or inside you.
This is a well-rehearsed thing that Radimer and Arlen do.
He's doing this. Shoo, and then he goes running out of the bar.
I
He
think
goes to the goblin and punches him in the face and goes running down the street.
Okay, I think Sam needs to go for a jog.
All right.
Sam,
The goblin's like, "Ugh!" You blacken his other eye as you go running by.
Sam will go chase after Mortenzie in his
Okay.
madness.
All right, you get several blocks away when you finally catch Mortenzie. Mortenzie stopped, and there were like 3 cats at the end of an alley, and Mortenzie just sort of looked at them, and then Sam caught up.
Have you seen Zorbinius?
No, I haven't seen the Zorbinius. Maybe he's this way.
Are you one of them? Are you one of them, Sam?
Well, I
You're a
want to.
deceiver.
Why would I deceive?
To hide the truth, that is why you deceive. Arlen says he brings light, but he brings lies. He brings lies all over the place. It comes spilling out of his mouth. Even the master can't be trusted. What am I to do?
Yeah. No, the master is the master, and Arlen is complicated.
No, the master is not the master. The master does not act like a master. He acts like one of us, but he is not one of us. He does not have the brand. How can that be? It's all a lie. It's theater. I love theater, but not this.
It's not like it's not all like a lie. It's just, it's sometimes relationships are weird. Arlen and Radimer have a relationship.
And what of Ugg? He was full of lies. Full of lies. He must have ate them with the baby.
Well, yeah, if you eat a baby, of course you lie. I mean, you lie about that, of course. So,
Yes, I would lie if I ate a baby too. Of course, if the arm was sticking out, I'd probably give that up.
no, the Arlen and Radimer have a thing. Don't worry about it.
I must contemplate on this and relax. Calm down. I must calm down. Zorbinius will guide me when I pray.
Yeah. No, just look at how they look at each other. They have a thing. Like a warrior bond.
Oh! But neither of them are warriors.
like I guess it was what do you call it? A caster bond, a nerd bond. I don't know.
Okay, you ignored the cats. Two of them seem to be too shy to come over, but Mortenzie, one of the cats actually does that sort of that sideways sort of bump against your leg.
Oh,
Like kind of rubs up against your leg, and it's purring.
Picks up the cat,
It's this
starts
big
petting
orange
it.
tabby that seemed to like Mortenzie for some reason.
Picks up the cat and starts to pet it. What's that? Yes, you're right. That would make me feel better.
Sam, the cat's like one of the ugliest cats you've seen. It's like this old junkyard tabby cat that looks like it's been in 100 fights before. It actually hisses at Sam, but seems to be fine in Mortenzie's arms.
I am looking to see if I have any skill that would let me go. That's not a cat. Is this random bullshittery or is this just madness finding madness? I will roll my handle animal.
Sure.
Who's a little kitty? Natural 1, 7. I get scratched.
You just might be too big for it or something. Like you just tower over it. It might frighten the cat. The cat approached Mortenzie and
You pet your kitty. Let's take the long way back.
Yes, we'll go to the market. Yes, kitty. Yes, that will make me feel much better. We'll make something pretty. We're going to make something pretty today.
Sam is going to escort Mortenzie to the market so that he can make something pretty and make sure he doesn't do anything that would get us.
Okay, the Foreigners' Quarter, the market is right near the front gates of the Foreigners' Quarter. There are lots of people that are not foreigners or not that are human that seem to visit the Foreigners' Quarter specifically for the marketplace. You can see all sorts of jumbles of wares. There's one guy that has weird brass work. He might be some sort of dark-skinned dwarf. There is a tailor that seems to be making clothes for different shapes and sizes, and people with tails and without tails, and
he's looking for makeup.
okay, you are able to find someone that is selling fineries, and you could buy the equivalent of a disguise kit if you wanted, which has lots of makeup in it.
Okay, he will buy that with his bloodstone.
Okay, you do notice that Mortenzie has money. Normally, money is handled by Arlen on behalf of the party, and Radimer takes a direct. Radimer usually is the one buying things on your behalf. Him and Arlen.
So, did I see him get that one bloodstone at the thing, or was that all like I can't remember what I have.
I don't think you saw that. You definitely didn't see him coming and going. You noticed he was. You noticed him coming back, I think. No, that was the other. It was your other character.
Yep.
A disguise kit is 50 gold. It weighs 8 pounds.
Well, that's one bloodstone.
Okay.
Plus 2 circumstance bonus of disguise checks. It has 10 uses.
Okay. And he wants a wig.
It's makeup and fake facial hair.
A wig.
He wants a blonde wig.
Okay. You were able to find a blonde wig for 1 gold piece.
You didn't pull a psycho.
No.
It's more mumsy or whatever it's going to be.
And he wants a flowery blouse and some and like costume jewelry.
This is psycho. It's okay. Now it's Sam's concern.
No.
Okay, so you find a flowery dress. that probably costs you a few gold. And then,
Okay.
what was the last thing?
That was it. Oh, and it's costume jewelry.
Was there any?
5 gold pieces.
All right.
And you've got like a box full of costume jewelry.
All right.
Made out of tin and glass and like.
I'm ready to go back to the inn.
All right.
Is this a medium-sized dress or is it a small?
No, they're small. They're
Okay.
small.
You want a child's dress?
Yep.
Did you find a special lady?
Oh, I found something special indeed. Hello. Hello, stupid goblin.
He paints the goblin up in front of the inn.
Okay.
Puts the costume jewelry on his fingers. Puts the
What
the
are you
wig on his
doing?
head.
He's just kind of like coming awake from the cold cocking.
Don't struggle. I'm not very good with eyeliner.
What are you doing to me?
I'm making something pretty from something ugly. Now stop moving.
If anything gets weird and or violent,
Okay, Sam is
he's
standing.
being brought
Well,
inside.
it's plenty weird. He paints up this goblin and puts on the the wig. How are you getting the dress on him? His head and hands
No, he
are.
just puts it like on the top half.
Okay.
Oh no, that's right. He'll cut it open with a knife and just like tie it on like.
Right, so there's this dress on the back half of him. You use up 2 uses of your disguise kit.
Yep.
And you can make a disguise check if you want to try to make him look like something else.
No, it's fine.
It's obviously
he
a goblin.
feels-
It's okay.
Yes, he feels better having humiliated this goblin further, and that just made his day. Plus, the cat told him to.
Cat by this time is long gone. It didn't come with you to the market.
Samuel,
Yes.
what should I call my creation?
The goblin's just hanging defeated in the stalks. Nary the energy to shake off the wig or.
He's a goblin, so goblin.
Pretty goblin. Yes, you are pretty goblin.
And he goes by, and he looks like he's about to hit him, and he's like,
Oh no, I can't hit a girl now. Damn,
he walks inside sulking.
what did I do?
Are the
Goblin-
stocks locked?
Yeah, there's like a big ass lock on one end of the stalks that holds the thing like there's a hinge and it just sort of goes up and down, and on the side without the hinge there is a lock that keeps it in place.
Okay, Sam's gonna disable the lock.
Okay, it is a simple lock, DC 20.
Okay.
The kind that you can almost stick your pinky finger, well, maybe not Sam, but a pinky finger into the keyhole.
Yeah.
I will try again on the next round.
Sam's like, oh, this is hard.
Guard comes by and shoots you.
I will try one more time.
Oh, hold on a second. So you're fiddling with the lock. You guys have been hanging around this guy. If I roll a 1, Dirk notices. Nope.
Okay, Sam is going to cough and try to pull the lock off because apparently this lock is impossible to open.
+12. Oh.
All right, so you're gonna try to break the thing. The DC of the break check is probably like 22.
Okay, he's just trying to, just the lock side, kind of.
Yeah, pull off the lock out of the wood and have it. Yeah.
Yep, that's what we're trying.
It's not a terribly complex stock.
Gibber.
I tried to be a human.
Are you gonna roll a strength check?
There he goes.
21 on the strength check with
Okay.
good size bonus.
You try. Oh, it's in there pretty good. Like, there's no way to. You need some leverage or something. You need to get your fingernails in there, or like it's in there.
You know what? I try one more time, and then at that point, I'm just gonna...
He says to you,
Poe's got the key.
I don't know what you're talking about. Try one more time.
Man, you suck.
okay, this time
Lost
finally, you hear the wood splintering a little bit, and you force your fingers underneath the metal plate, and you pull it out.
I can do a thing. I can make a skill check. Yes.
He kind of slumps out of the stockade as it pops a little bit, and he struggles and pushes it up enough to get his head out, and then falls back to the ground.
Sam drops the lock and walks into the bar, and that's the end of that.
Yep. Dirk gives you a nod and seems to be talking to some patron and not paying attention to what he should be doing.
Yep.
Dirk's
Mar-
gonna
Mar-
be in there tomorrow.
All right, what are you guys doing to prepare? You do notice by this point in time, when you return to the market, that Radimer is sitting at a table with Mr. Bilk, probably discussing the terms of the fight.
Sam will wave like a big stupid eye.
Arlen's actually going to reel over.
Okay.
Just whisper to Radimer, try to get his attention, then whisper to him. Believe that they want to set up a fight with Sam. If that's the case, please try to have it on a different day with the Shadow.
Around here, we do not have much pull. Apparently the schedules are made around when there are lots of troops.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't quite have the pull to say when the matches are going to happen. We have to register that we do want a match, and they'll let us know.
Register you want the match tomorrow, or the day after Sam is done, maybe. And Arlen puts his shoulder up and is like, huh?
The matches tend to have more than one. It will be Sam against Gan, if you agree to it, although it might not be in your best interest to say no to this fight.
I'm not sure if I like the conditions.
Hey, you talking about our fight?
If magic is going to be involved, I need to be fresh. And Sam and Mortenzie's fight's gonna drain me.
I think what we can come to an agreement is each one of the gladiators gets a maximum of 3 potions.
Okay.
No outside spell casting. And whatever bards you can afford.
No bards.
I can't honestly help if the people cheering for the favorites.
No bards.
He's like, I can't.
Or maybe some bards. Bards for both.
If you can afford them.
I still owe that guy.